What is going on, guys? It is your boy TKD123 here, back in here Blazing Sword. This is, of course, Road to Rift Apart, the brand new Road 2 series, the weekly podcast dedicated to any and all things Ratchet Clank Rift Apart, from news, lore, reactions, and upon the release of the game, I'll review along with a spoiler cast to end off the podcast series. But of course, with me is the homie Tajay Moment. How are you doing, good sir?
Bro, I'm doing good. What's up, bro?
Doing good, man. Like, I'm excited because I could have had a lot of people on Road to Rift Apart, you know what I'm saying, as we journey on to finally having this game in our hands on our PS5s, right? But I wanted to get you specifically because, of course, you love The Last of Us, right? But you also love Ratchet Clank. You know what I'm saying?
Game, you know what I'm saying? Been playing it for a long time. So.
Absolutely. So I'm just excited to pick your brain, go through this, you know what I'm saying? See, you know, as we get ever so near the release, right? How are you feeling about Rift Apart, generally speaking? You know, definitely excited for it. But of course, you can catch us here on youtube.com/PlayStationSource, as well as podcast services like Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, etc. via our anchor link in the description, as well as you can find links to the homie Tajay's links down below as well. You can like the video and or rate the podcast to help us get seen by more viewers so we can grow the PSS family, as well as down below you can also let us know what you like or dislike about the show and connect with us further on Twitter and Discord in that description as well. If you're feeling a little bit more generous, right, feel free to also hit that join button to become a member of the channel with the $1 Prince tier, like the homies Tapiwa Musa and Arachnite, or our $5 King tier members like Caleb Kaiser and SideQuest Sean. All the homies there. Shout out to y'all. You can also catch the stream series throughout the week. If you missed them on the channel, they are in public playlists on the channel as well, but the streams themselves are unlisted. We are going to start up Resistance 2 on Thursday. Oh, wait, no, I guess it already happened because this is uploading Friday. So you will have missed, but you can still catch MGS3. We beat that. And then we started Resistance 2, maybe. I think we started Resistance 2, but if not, it's going to start very soon. And yeah, I mean, overall, you know, let me check the old podcast reviews. Tajay, so I've been trying to tell the homies, hey, feel free to rate us on podcast services, right? And some of them haven't been doing it. Some of them have. I check every week, you know, just to see who is. Why can I not find it? Oh my god. Where is it? You know what? It's fine. People have been rating it. You can also rate it as well down below in that description. Hit up that Apple Podcast, hit up that Spotify, give us a rating. We would much appreciate it. But I've been talking for too long. Tajay, what have you been playing this week? You know, or I guess not just this week, just in general.
Just in general, okay, lately I've been playing some older things. I've been playing mostly Rockstar games. So, like, I went through, played San Andreas again, Vice City, and did Bully, like, on the PS2 emulation for PlayStation 4 or 5. And I got those platinum. Those were really fun. And I was like, you know what? GTA, after I played Vice City and San Andreas, I'm like, yo, this series is actually mad legendary. I played them in the past, you know, but just replaying them, they age like wine. So I was like, let me buy GTA 4 Complete Edition on my PC. So I've been playing GTA 4, and I just completed that as well. And, bro, that game is pristine, bro. It aged, again, like wine. I feel like it played even better now than it did before. Mainly because I think it's just the nostalgia factor, because I've been playing it since I was, like, 10. And also, like, the story, it was just very real and dark compared to, like, anything else in the series. So, you know, I enjoyed it a lot. And I'm just currently playing The Lost and Damned, which is an expansion for GTA 4. And, I mean, that's really it. That's all I got going on.
I know people talk about, what was it? The Ballad of Gay Tony?
The Ballad of Gay Tony, yeah, that's the second expansion. Also,
yeah. I hear that one is fire, and like I have a
that
funny.
One gives me Vice City vibes because like the colors and the party scene and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah. That's why I'm hoping, you know, GTA 6 ends up being true to those rumors, you know, about being set in Miami during like the 80s.
Oh, going
you know,
back to Vice City.
Yeah. I really want to see them go back to that. I think that's a super cool time, super cool aesthetic, and I love Miami.
It would be dope for them to go back to Vice City, especially after playing GTA Vice City. Like, I don't know, it was a good game, and I'm like, they would be dope if they took Vice City into the HD world, you know?
Yeah, and like, you know, there's rumors about like you're gonna be able to also go to like some tropical aspects of the world,
Right.
and do some drug dealing or something like that.
Even
you
if
know?
they like brought back Los Venturas from San Andreas, that'd be cool. Cause they never fleshed out Los Venturas either. That was like inside San Andreas. So like, I feel like they could bring multiple things to the HD world that they had in the 3D world. So.
Right. I have a funny story about San Andreas. My dad got it from me, right? And I don't think my dad knew that much about like rating back then. You know, I don't think he really like understood what rated E, T, M, like what those were. And I was playing San Andreas, and like my mom was in the kitchen like making some food, I guess, or making dinner or something like that. And it was something where I think I like got hit by a car when I was riding a bike in the game. I was like only in the first hour or so of that game, and my mom saw me get hit by a car while I was on my bike in the game. She pulled out the controller. She was like, nope, you're not playing this. She made my dad take it back to GameStop, and this whole hullabaloo. So I never got to play San Andreas.
That's tough. All because you got hit by a car.
It is tough. I'm like, yo,
there's a lot worse in that game.
I'm like, there's way worse shit in San Andreas. Way worse shit. Yeah, but oh well. That's so that, and then GTA 5 is pretty much my extent on GTA overall as a franchise.
No,
Trust, bro.
That sounds terrible, bro.
Trust, yeah, that's what horrible, it is. I know, it sucks, man. It sucks. It's like I have gaming gaps that I'm trying to fill. Right, one of them right now, Ratchet Clank. We just completed that. We just filled that. That's fantastic. You know,
right.
One that will be filled here this year, Mass Effect. Never played those.
Oh yeah, I gotta feel that.
Yeah,
that too.
I'm really excited to get into that this year for sure. Metal Gear Solid, we're doing that right now. You know,
I could go back and do that. We're just talking about that. Get the Legacy Collection. Yeah. I played 2 and 4, but
maybe someday I'll do GTA. Maybe someday I'll do GTA, but we'll see. But like we said before, you know, Metal Gear Solid in the middle of MGS3. Right? Have you played MGS3? No, you just 2 and 4.
It. I've gotten on it, but I've never like completed it. I know at the beginning you're like in the wooded area, like a jungle, right? In like camouflage. Like I played a bit of that, but I never really like got to experience the game.
Yeah, I just feel like MGS3, like so we are recording this on Tuesday, right? So Tuesday night and then Wednesday night I'm streaming the end of MGS3. And you'll hear my full thoughts on JoyClicks, youtube.com/JoyClicks, the Long Play Club. We're going through the entire Metal Gear Solid franchise. So I'm just, it's wild to me, Tajay, because this game I feel like is so slow in the beginning of this game, and like I feel like the story has just stayed still. Like I feel like I haven't really gotten like any big jumps in the narrative and all that, and like some of the gameplay's been cool, but like it hasn't been as great as like MGS2, at least in my opinion. But apparently the second half of this game, the ending of this game, is where things pick up really, really good. And some people say it's their favorite Metal Gear Solid, and to me, it's definitely the worst so far that I played. That being probably my favorite is MGS2, and then MGS1 is right under there, and then like a gap, and then MGS3. You know, I'm just not really enjoying
4. 4 is like, bro, 4 is that heat.
Okay, so you like MGS4?
MGS4 is that
interesting,
heat, bro. Incredible game. Played it
I will say,
times.
A lot of people have a lot of different answers on what their favorite one is. So at least that's telling of I'd say at least a good franchise of like, you know, people liking all different sorts of games in that franchise for sure. I'm just curious to see and understand why some people say MGS3 is their favorite Metal Gear Solid, because at this point I'm not seeing it yet, bro. I don't know. I think it's kind of mid, but low key worse than mid, but we'll see. Another thing I've been playing, definitely came out this week, definitely talk of the town, Outriders. Are you aware of this game? I know you said you haven't played it yet, but
I
like,
heard it came out.
Yeah,
but I didn't touch it. Didn't try to look at it. So I'm not really informed.
Are you like into like Destiny, Borderlands, Division type games? Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you would like this game then. I feel like you would. Yeah. I feel like
Co-op?
like yeah, definitely. I'm
Is it
like
co-op?
yes, it is co-op. Yeah.
Does it have a PvP and PvE, or is it just like?
I don't think it has PvP. I think it's just PvE.
Okay.
I don't think it has PvP, but I would say Outriders. I've been really enjoying it so far. I like it's weird because I love the core gameplay in this game, and that's what's like really keeping me on this game, right? I think the story is kind of mid, right? But I don't think that's like the main focus of Outriders, obviously. But I think what is kind of damning about this game is that, like, how I phrase it, the game itself, I don't think was constructed good, right? Like, there's a lot of hoops you gotta get through to actually get into that combat loop, and I feel like those hoops are holding Outriders back as a whole, you know? Like, even aside from like weird things like there were issues with people trying to get into the game this weekend on launch weekend, right? And that's not really the worst thing in the world. A lot of games have that problem when they first drop, right? But even if you're playing solo, you still need to connect to the servers, you know? And it's like there's little things like that where it's like, damn, man, like I kind of wish this game was made a little bit differently, right? But I'm still enjoying the game overall. I think it's really fun. It's a little bit like I was saying when I played the demo. Which by the way, if you want to test it out, Taj, there's a free demo if you want to try it out, and your stats carry over into the full game. You know, so that might be an option for you.
Sounds good.
I think the last thing I'll say is the weapons are super diverse. There's a lot of weapons that it reminds me of Borderlands in that way, where there's a lot of weapons that just have really cool attributes and really cool mods that really give the weapons a distinct, different feeling to them. And it's a feeling of diversity throughout the weapons that I think is really, really satisfying to discover. So, Outrider's pretty cool so far. Pretty cool. Last thing I'll say. I know we were talking about this, you know, a little bit before we started recording. Rogue Company, the PS5 version. Listen, I'm glad that someone here that I know, right, outside of my friend group that plays Rogue, understands how good Rogue Company is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Is heat.
It is. It's one of the best multiplayer games to play right now, for sure.
I said it last year, I'll say it again. Rogue Company was the best multiplayer game to drop in 2020. 100%. 100%.
Best game to drop in 2020, for real? You say that?
No, the best multiplayer game.
Oh, multiplayer. Okay.
Multiplayer game. Not like game. Multiplayer game.
Multiplayer. Specifically.
Yeah. And I still think I dropped my pen. And I still think right now it's the best multiplayer, like PvP.
I agree, man. It's very engaging, and it takes like a lot of cooperation. I think it's very skill based. So
yeah. What I like about it is that, Taj, like, I feel like Rogue Company is so fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get shit on, that team is just purely better than you.
Bro, yeah, yes.
Big facts. It's not some bullshit where like, oh, they have this ability or...
You can't carry a team by yourself. You can, but it's very hard to just
facts
carry your whole team by yourself.
Facts.
You have to have your team helping you out, because if you really get shit on, that team is truly just better than yours.
Facts. Like, it shows...
And I think all the characters are balanced. There's literally like a check and balance for everything. There's like a counter to everything. So it's
Taj, I fucking love it.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's such
really good.
a thought out game, right? It's not the flashiest, prettiest looking game.
This kind of
it doesn't need to be.
Not enough people play it, but it
I know.
does have a community. The community is there.
Yeah, there is one. I just wish that. I mean, that's why I try to talk about it as much as possible. To be like, guys, like, look at this game. It's free to play. It's fucking fire. It's fire. I think I have like near 30 hours in, I think, something like that. I have to go back and check, but yeah, I got...
You have more hours than me.
Yeah, I got a new rogue recently, which I also think, like, the way you get new rogues in this game, very fair. You can buy them, and that's fine. but to earn the reputation in game to actually get a new rogue, it's not that much, honestly. So I think that's a really cool way of doing it too. I've been using Kestrel a lot. She's been really cool. But yeah, no.
Girl with the is her name Scorcher?
Oh, Scorch.
Yeah, that's my favorite character. It's like the only character I use.
My little brother got Scorch, and he loves the rogues. But yeah, I mean, like, to prove your point that you were saying, I mean, all the rogues are really balanced, really powerful. Like, I think they did a super good job at making all the rogues viable. And one doesn't seem like the weakest one overall. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Fire game. Everyone play fucking Rogue Company. What the hell is wrong with you? Come on now. To go into the first news story here, this one isn't going to be focused on Rift Apart, just because there's not really anything new to say about Rift Apart yet, as of right now. But if you guys hopefully redeemed it during the Play at Home event that's been going on still, and will continue up and through, I think, until June or July, we were given Ratchet Clank 2016, which I'm sure we will talk about more later on in the episode. But this was given out for free for anyone that has a PlayStation. Literally, you don't need Plus, you don't need anything. It's just straight up was free on the store to download and keep forever. But Insomniac did put out a little bit later on in the month a patch for PS5 that makes the game 60 frames per second. So if you already owned Ratchet Clank 2016 and you have a PS5, or you redeemed it via the free thing, you can play it in 60 frames. So I was a little upset, Taj, I'm not gonna lie, because I streamed this game in 30 frames, and then like a few days after we were done, it came out with the patch. And it's like, damn, I want to play this game in 60 frames. But do you think you'll go back and play this game in the full frame rate on PS5?
I honestly don't think I am.
Word?
I don't think I am.
You know
I would, don't get me
Like,
wrong, but I've already played it so many times, and I've also like gotten the platinum, and then even then, I feel like me playing I feel like if I want to replay this game, I just go play the original. Like
that, yeah.
it's just something about 2016. It's a good game. Don't get me wrong. I just hate it as a fan. I love it as a fan, but hate it as a fan at the same time. It's a great game, but it's just, I don't know. I can't see myself playing it again. I don't know. I can, but I can't. I just gotta wait and see, man.
Like you told me that, and it's like, damn, I understand what you meant. After I played the first Ratchet Clank,
but I feel like it just doesn't respect the legacy of what the characters really are.
It definitely doesn't.
So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, like,
if it makes you feel any better, I'm not gonna lie. I did put the game. I took the disc, put my PS5, and ran around the first 2 levels, and was like, "Oh, this looks pretty cool," and then got off. So like, I saw it, but I don't know if I'll do a full playthrough with it, but we'll see.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I just dipped in, check it out in 60 frames. Oh shit, it looks great. Did a little bit of combat, but I don't know if I'll do a full playthrough. I could see myself maybe closer to Rift Apart, maybe, but I don't know.
But then just watching the first cutscene already made me not want to play it. So
yeah, but yeah, like it's weird. Like it's like when you look at Ratchet Clank 2016 from the lens of being a remake of the first game, it's bad, right? But if you look at it through the lens of it truly, hey, just being a movie tie-in game,
it's good.
It's good. Yeah, it's just like it's hard because the movie is imitating the first game, and you kind of just wish it was just a full remake of the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But instead, it's really just the game for the movie. And I think they're just trying to appeal to kids, like have this like Pixar-ish movie thing. Sony's trying to do. Boom, they had the movie. Let's also drop the game right next to it. All the kids want to go grab the game, but it just didn't work to how I think they wanted it to work. But I still support it. I was one of the first people in the movie theater watching the movie, and the movie was trash. But as a fan, I loved it. I don't care. The movie was bad, but as a fan, I loved it. Okay, as a fan of Ratchet Clank, it was a great movie. And then there's also cool Sony Easter eggs in there. They had some Sony Studio Easter eggs in there as well. Shit. And then the game, don't get me wrong, I thought the game was fire, amazing. Like when I first played it, it was great. I had no complaints. I still don't have any complaints. But just looking back at it, like as a remake again of the first game, which that's really not what it is, but that's what it is. It just it lacks.
Yeah.
But I'll play it again. Much respect. I'll play it again. I like the game. I'm not trying to hate. I like the game. I love the game. I just think it's just missing some life. Is all.
Facts. That is another thing too. Like I feel like it feels like a soulless imitation of the first game. You know, like I don't know. I totally understand what you're saying with it, bro. Totally understand. Like I kind of miss the arguments that Ratchet and Clank would have in the OG game, you know, of Clank wanting to stop Drek from destroying these planets and trying to morph into this one mega planet, and Ratchet just doesn't really give a fuck, you know, and that causes conflict.
He definitely was no Captain Quark fan. Captain Quark is the most bullshittiest character in the series. The most everybody knows he's full of shit. Ratchet was never all fanboy for that man, and I just don't like how they disrespected who he was in that remake and what they made him into this like simpy. I love the Galactic Rangers wannabe with Captain Quark. Like, I hate it.
Yeah, and like Ratchet never even wanted to be in the Rangers. Like that wasn't even that was he.
There wasn't even Rangers
eventually.
in the first game.
Yeah, there wasn't Rangers. Also, 2016 adds Doctor Nefarious, which he wasn't introduced until the third game. You know, there's also that. So, yeah, man. It's a weird game. But it's in 60 frames on PS5 if you want to play it, you know. So, there is that. Also, Taj, you know, side note, next month we'll be getting Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition via the same play at home thing, you know. That's cool and all. That's dandy, right? I'm excited for it. I love Horizon. People get to play it now for free. That's great. I'm gonna need a similar 60 frames patch on PS5 for that game too. Please.
I'll replay it if they do. I'll replay that. I haven't played that since I haven't played Horizon since it came out on PS4. So like, I would definitely replay it.
Yeah. We're gonna do a stream series for Horizon, but I'm not gonna play it until we're close to the next game. But I need a PS5 patch for that game. I need that game in 60 frames. Big facts. But that's what it is right there. So it is what it is. But here we go to the main topic here of the show. First episode, the premiere of Roads Rift Apart. Of course, we're going to be going week to week leading up to release, and the news will cover more Rift Apart news once we get some more and all that great stuff. And the topics we're gonna kind of I want to go over the original Ratchet and Clank games. I want to go over the PS3 era, some of the weird spin-off games. I want to do that. Like, I want to have more in-depth conversations about those eras of Ratchet and Clank and all that good stuff, and a bunch of other plethora of topics we have for Rift Apart as well, specifically. But I wanted to pick your brain, Tajay, as of course you are very much well known for Last of Us, right? But you again, like you said at the top of the episode, you have a deep love for Ratchet and Clank. So I kind of want to explore, like, what's your history with the franchise? When do you remember your first time playing it?
This is really how I started playing it. So I was 4 years old. This is like PS2 days, of course. I'm 4 years old, and I had two older siblings. I had an older sister and an older brother. That's how I also really got into gaming a lot, even pre-PS2. Because, all right, besides that, let's just get right into it. So anyways, my older brother had this friend who stayed next door. His name was Skyler. No, his name was Sterling. I'm tripping. His name was Sterling. And he used to always come over and have different games, and we used to play games with each other, and like we'll play our games, he'll bring his games, we'll play his games. And I remember he let my brother borrow this game. Now, mind you, when we got the game, we didn't have the case for the game. All we had was the disc. So I didn't know what it was. I just remember on the disc, it was a robot in its face with like green eyes. Like the entire disc was like Clink's face. Like it was just a gray and it had the green eyes. And I was like, yo, like, what is this, right? And at 4 years old, I don't think I was really reading like that at the time. I just, saw the image on the disc. So Mind you, he lets borrow the game. That's how we had it. So I put the game in, and I remember like it just booted up, and it was like this like. At the time, I didn't know it was a linebacker, so I thought it was like this like fox creature, and it was like in his garage, and it was like I was like, yo, like this is pretty mysterious. This is cool. And I started the game up, and it was like the intro scenes, and you hop right in. Clank crashes down, and you're just about to go see what's up. No character even speaks yet. You know what I mean? Nobody even talks at the intro. You know how that goes.
Right.
And I was just playing, and I just thought it was cool. Like simple jump. Press square to attack these like frog hopping things. I was like, yo, this is mad cool. And I just kept playing it, and it got to the point where like I would play this game every single day, and like I fell in love with it. It was like Ratchet and Clank, and I'll be honest, my next door neighbor never got that game back. Till this day, I still have this game in my house, and I only have the disc for that game. For the first
Does
Ratchet and Clank.
He still live next door?
No, we moved.
Oh, bad. Hey man.
But he never asked for it back. He always came over. He always knew I was playing it, so he never asked for it back.
That is the rule. If you don't make an effort to get it back, I mean, do you really want it back?
You see me play it every day. You come over every day. You always seeing us on it. And you see me playing it, and you never ask for it back. So it's like maybe he let me have it. I don't know. I was 4. I wasn't thinking about giving it back. My 4-year-old self was probably selfish. Like, yo, this is my favorite game. I'm playing it every day. I do not want to give it back. But that's how I started Ratchet Clank. It was 04, and I was playing the original Ratchet Clank, and it was amazing. Loved it. Still do love it, and I still do have that disc till this day in 2021.
That's fire. So
I might even send you a picture so you could, you'll do a little.
Hell yeah, bro. Definitely. But that was the first. Did you end up buying, the second game, the third game,
from
and
there,
all that? Yeah.
See, now this is how my history goes, because like from there, I remember Christmas came around, and I asked my dad if he could buy me a Ratchet and Clank game. So I think he bought the one that came out at that point in time, and he bought me the third game. So like the second game, I skipped it at first. I had to go back and play the second game. So like from the first game, I went to Up Your Arsenal, which is also why whenever we talk about our ranking later, is why I had to place them where I placed the games, because I placed them by which ones I played the most out of the others, because I had to go back and play some, but I just went back as a younger, like I went back at like 10 or 11 to go back, you know what I mean, while you went back recently. So for me, the ones I played the most, anyways, we'll talk about that. But from 1, I went to Up Your Arsenal, right? Up Your Arsenal, fire, loved it, got for Christmas, played it a million times. After that, I was like, I remember Deadlock was coming out. It was actually on TV. I remember seeing commercials for it. So then I played Deadlock, which is the 4th game. Fire, loved it. Played Deadlock. Okay, mind you, I still haven't went back to play 2 at this point in time. I've only played 1, 3, and 4. Okay, and then I never, the little spin-offs like I think there's like Secret Agent Clank as well as Size Matters. I've always wanted to play those, but I never really got the chance to, because the time that they came out and like how they're placed, I was already on PS3, you know what I mean, and my PS2 was broken, so I didn't really
think those were PSP games, right?
They were PSP, but they got ported to PS2.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so, and I never owned a PSP, so I just never got to play them.
You never owned a PSP?
I've never owned a PSP, bro.
Taj, that's tragic. That hurts. Damn.
I played on one. I had a cousin who had one.
Yeah,
and my brother had friends who had one, so I've experienced it. But like, I know like PSP was a big thing to have back in the day, and I never had one.
PSP was fucking huge for my childhood. Oh my god, the PSP was fucking huge. It was had one, it was as integral as like the PS2 and the PS3 for me, 100%. But no, please go ahead, continue on.
Yeah, I missed on the era for sure. So yeah, I didn't play the PSP ones because of that. And when they got ported to PS2, mind you, I'm on PS3. So anyways, going from there, the main reason why I even got a PS3, and that song, What a Wonderful World, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, OG commercial on TV, man. This was like 2008. Nah, I got my PS3 in 2008, my birthday, which means this was 2007. Bro, Ratchet Clank Tools of Destruction commercial on TV, like every other ad, bro. Like it kept showing up. I'm begging my parents, like, bro, you gotta give me the PlayStation 3. I gotta play Ratchet Clank Tools of Destruction. Like I'm begging them every time the commercial comes on. I'm begging, bro. I'm like 7 years old. I'm begging. I gotta get this.
Dude,
every time it comes on. Right?
I'm watching this ad right now. This is wild.
Dope,
Dude,
dope commercial. So
I'm gonna link you here in
2008
fucking
comes
Discord.
around my birthday. We go to Best Buy. Actually, we went like a lot of places, but we went to Best Buy. We picked up the PS3, and we get Ratchet & Clank Future Tools of Destruction. Very, very, very happy guy. Okay, this was before, and then and shortly after. This also is where I fall into my love for Uncharted, because after Tools of Destruction, the game your boy got was Uncharted. But let's just skip that. You know what I'm saying? Let's just skip that, because that's not relevant. But anyways, we played Ratchet Clank Tools of Destruction. Or by we I mean I, and I loved it. Of course, it was another Ratchet Clank game. Everything I wanted. But there was a point in time where my PS3 broke. Okay, so when the PS3 breaks, you got to go back to PS2. We send in the PS3 to the shop, and it took forever to come back. So while I was on PS2, I remember I asked my dad to buy the Ratchet & Clank Size Matters port, because I wanted to try that out, because I was watching videos and I thought it looked cool. And I also got to try it on my cousin's PSP. And when he went to go buy it, I guess they didn't have it or something. I don't know if he just bought the wrong game, but he came back with Going Commando, which I found out was the second game in the series, and I never played it. So then that's how I played Going Commando. I originally wanted to play Size Matters, but he came back with Going Commando, which was fine because I never played Going Commando, and I'm pretty sure, I think Going Commando is more of a full-fledged game for sure over Size Matters, which is something that's not that serious. So that's how I played Going Commando. That was really good. And
I will say, I got I gotta emphasize this ad, bro.
Yo, it's fire, bro.
That's a fire ad, bro.
I was begging my parents, bro.
That ad does such a great job at really encapsulating Ratchet & Clank. Bro. Yo, that shit fire, but please go ahead.
I was begging for a PS3.
That's a fire ass ad.
So from there, after playing 2, I went back to PS3 because I finally got that back. And I played, this is actually interesting how I got to play Quest for Booty. I actually won Quest for Booty from a YouTube giveaway.
What?
Because when I played Quest for Booty last.
Okay.
But by last, okay, I didn't even play. Okay, I broke the timeline. Once I got back to PS3, I played A Crack in Time. Okay, so I skipped Quest for Booty, played A Crack in Time.
I would advise everyone to do that.
It's so heat, bro. So heat, so amazing, so fire. Loved that game, man. Played it a lot. A whole bunch, man. I got that game on one of my birthdays as well. I think I got that game specifically. I think I got A Crack in Time late. I knew about it, but I got it late. I think I got A Crack in Time I think it was maybe my 11th or 12th birthday. Which means I played it late. Because I think did the game come out in 11 or 10?
For which game?
Ratchet & Clank A Crack in Time. I remember I played it late though.
I think it was 2009 here. I can double that real quick.
Yeah, I didn't play it till 2010 or 11. I remember my older brother bought it for me, and he was in college at the time.
It was October 27th, 2009.
So I played it 2010, I want to say.
Right.
2010 is when I played that game.
Man, in 2009, I was crack addicted to Modern Warfare 2 at that point. Oh wait, no, 2000. It came out the next month after that in November. So I was on World at War at that point.
Was it World at War or Black Ops?
Black Ops was after Modern Warfare 2. Actually,
yeah,
I didn't even own the PS3 yet. I got the PS3 with Modern Warfare 2 that Christmas in December 2009. Actually, I played PS2 for a very long time. Interesting.
So from A Crack in Time, after that, I remember that after Crack in Time, of course, all those All for One came out. I saw that, thought it looked cool. I didn't play All for One. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't play it. I mean, it's a 4-player co-op Ratchet Clank game. It looks cool, but it's not
is that what it is?
I don't think you have to play that one. And I also looked up about it. You don't. And it's really a little. It's when they started those spin-off titles. They did All for One. And mind you, I would love to go back and play it if you would like to. I would definitely go back and play it with you. It's co-op.
Because there's that and Full Frontal Assault.
Full Frontal Assault. I didn't play that either. I didn't play that either. I tried it and I was like, this ain't Ratchet & Clank. I'm getting off. I didn't play that either.
Yeah.
And then, so Into the Nexus was coming out. And here's the thing. If you were to buy Into the Nexus, which I think this was 2013, if you buy Into the Nexus, you got Quest for Booty as a code. And I remember this YouTuber was doing a giveaway for the Quest for Booty because he had just bought Into the Nexus. And I remember I entered it and I won the giveaway. So then I went back after cracking time in 2013, got to play Quest for Booty finally. To see like a little bridge game in between. And of course, it took like 3 hours. I think it was really short, and I got to experience that. And then from there, of course, Into the Nexus. And then from there, the remake drops in 2016. And I played that, loved it. Loved every second. I had no complaints when I first played it. I loved every single second of the game. I didn't really grow my complaints for it until like a year and a half after, when I went back to it and looked at it and really like got to digest what it was as a remake. And then that's where the complaints came.
Right.
And from there, yeah, that's my history with Ratchet and Clank. Like, I played them all, but it just skips, or like, that's why I say it was just my childhood, because I played them all as I was growing up. This is all while playing Call of Duty, while playing Uncharted, playing The Last of Us, like playing all the other stuff, God of War. But I've always been playing Ratchet Clank games as I've been growing up. I've been skipping around and jumping and playing them out of order. Now I played them all in order, but the order that I got to play them as originally was just all around.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like me, I have a much limited history with Ratchet and Clank. I remember playing a PSP demo of Secret Agent Clank. I remember playing that, right? And that obviously
I always wanted to play those, but I just didn't have a PSP, man.
Yeah, that one's a weird game. I never got the full game. Because my dad wasn't really wanting to buy me 1,000 games at that point, Mm-hmm. So I just played the demo, and that was, I think, my first time I played it. But I did watch my cousin play Ratchet and Clank a lot, and maybe I played it there too, but I couldn't tell you which one it was. Like, it was definitely either the first or third. It was on PlayStation 2. Maybe it was Deadlocked. I don't know, but it was definitely one of the either.
Deadlocked was so fire, man. Me and my cousin played that game so much because it had a couch co-op.
Yeah.
And like
it was like split screen, right?
Yeah, and like you play as one was play as Clank, one was play as Ratchet, but they had Clank in like a mechanic suit, so he could like play as Ratchet. It was dope. I love Deadlock.
I was told when I built the stream series by one Christian Buckley to skip Deadlocked and just watch a movie of Deadlocked, and that's what we did. Yeah,
that's not what you should have done.
Look, man, take it up with him, bro. I don't know, man. I think, that's on PS3 digital, right? So I have a very limited time to actually buy that. So there is that. But like, other than watching him play some Ratchet and Clanks and that demo for Secret Agent Clank, that was pretty much my only exposure. Like, I still knew it existed. I know of its awareness, like, even when I was a little kid, but I was never able to play it. I did play Ratchet and Clank 2016. We got it on PlayStation Plus one summer. I think it was summer 2018, or 2019, something like that. So I played it for the first time there. That was like officially my like first time playing a Ratchet and Clank game from front to back, and I enjoyed it. I liked it. I still think even to this day that final boss is a weird final boss. I don't think it's necessarily bad, but it's a weird final boss, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Wait, final boss to what?
For Ratchet and Clank 2016, where it's Dr. Nefarious and like you gotta fly in the air while shooting him. Yeah,
you shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Yeah, he should not have been there either, bro. I'm with you on that. I guess, having Dr. Nefarious again in Rift Apart and wanting people to be, familiar with him in a more modern game, I guess, right? But he's not meant to be in the first game. It's weird. It's weird, man. It's weird. Like, right. Drek is the enemy in the first game. What's the problem with that? I don't know, man. But yeah, that. So, and then, of course, we just did the stream series, which you guys can watch my full playthrough of the entire Ratchet and Clank core main timeline games, which consisted of Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, Tools of Destruction, Quest for Booty, A Crack in Time, and then into the Nexus, and then Ratchet Clank 2016. So I played all those over the course of the last 4 or 5 months, and this is where we're gonna get interesting, Tosh. So this is where I have a video went up, I think 2 weeks ago on the channel, where I ranked all of the Ratchet Clanks that I played. Right, I have my order right here, but I want to start with you, or maybe do you want to go back? You know what? How many games do you have on your list? Because I know you ranked like Deadlocked and stuff like that, and I didn't rank Deadlocked because I didn't play it. You know what I'm saying?
9.
You have 9?
Yes.
I have 8. I have do I have 8?
So you're missing Deadlock.
No, I have 8. Sorry, yeah, I have 8. Yeah, so I say you say my number 9, and then we'll go. Maybe we'll both talk about our 7, our 6, our 5, or 4 together. But if you want to give me your number 9, we can start right there, because I want to talk about how would you rankily, what the fuck? How would you personally rank the Ratchet and Clank games that you played from worst to best?
I think you should go first.
From there.
Or do you want to go first?
I mean, because you have one more than me.
All right,
you know?
I'll go first. Then. I'll
yeah.
go first. Okay, so this is how I'd rank it. The greatest of the series, Ratchet and Clank Future or Cracking Time. Best one.
You're okay. So we're going top to bottom. That's cool.
You want to go top to bottom or bottom to top?
I was gonna go bottom to top, but you already said you're.
We'll go bottom to top.
But like you're
the
top
in this series is Ratchet and Clank for booty. It's the worst.
That's facts.
Too much quest, not enough booty. You know what I'm saying? Blue balls game. Okay, it's too short, not enough going on.
Yo, that's a great way.
After quest for booty, we got Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus. Again, good game. Too short. You know, but again, I guess it wasn't supposed to be full-fledged length, but it was just supposed to be like, here you go, because all the fans were like, bro, where's the real Ratchet Clank games? Because remember, they were dropping all the weird ones. So I was like, here, take this one. This is a real Ratchet Clank game. We're going back to the Future series. Here, take this. And that's what we got. After that, I'll put Ratchet Clank 2016. I only putting this above Into the Nexus because it's a full game. It's the first like full Ratchet Clank game in like forever. Even though it was like based on a movie or whatever, it was a full game. Had, you know, new weapons and stuff. A lot of old, some new. Cool experience. I liked it. Right. After 2016, I got to put Deadlocked. Deadlocked was fire.
Okay.
Played it a whole bunch. I don't know. I just got to put Deadlocked. You know, I just thought it was fire, and I think it's better than 2016. After 2016, I put Going Commando. The only reason why I put Going Commando over Deadlocked is because I feel like Ratchet Clank Going Commando is more of a Ratchet and Clank game than what Ratchet Deadlock is. Ratchet Deadlock I still see as a Ratchet Clank game, but it doesn't have the same gameplay loop. So even though I played more Deadlocked personally, I put Going Commando over just because like that reason. But I know there's like a million other reasons why people put Going Commando over Deadlocked, but that's just why I put it over Deadlocked. And I know I already pissed a lot of people off because a lot of people think Going Commando is the best in the series, but I'm sorry, that's just not what I grew up on. So I'm not gonna put it up that high. Next up, Tools of Destruction. Fire, of course.
Fire.
First in the Future series, opened up the very strong narrative that the game actually was able to have, you know, and I like that turn whenever it went more narrative. You know what I'm saying? It's a great way. It was a great turning point for the series, if you ask me. After Tools of Destruction, got put the original OG Ratchet and Clank.
Fire.
As the third. You know, fire game, love the game. It started everything. Really, it could have been the best in the entire series, but you know what? I put it as the third. Second best, Up Your Arsenal. Played this game a million times. I probably played Up Your Arsenal more than anything inside the entire series. Fire. It was either between Up Your Arsenal or Cracking Time. Yep. And then, of course, the greatest Ratchet Clank game of all time, in my opinion, is Ratchet Clank A Cracking Time. It's the greatest one of all time. And that's just my opinion. That's how I feel.
I think you're probably going to hate me on this ranking list.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Okay, let's go. Starting off, easy one. My number 8 is Quest for Booty. That shit ass. It's low key a waste of time. Low key. Yeah. Because what is it's like a 2.5 hour game, but still what it accomplishes is we get introduced to Dr. Nefarious may be behind why the Zoni took Clank at the end of Tools of Destruction, right? Like that's like the only major thing you get is that Dr. Nefarious is a part of why that happened, right? And that's pretty much it, you know. So like I think overall, like the first half of the game, there's like a lack of gameplay there, and then the gameplay that you get, it's just like very weird, oddly placed. There's random objectives that are really repetitive and that go on for too long and are really stupid, you know. Crush Booty some ass. That's facts. That's definitely the last one. However, number 7, Tajay. This is where shit gets spicy. This is where shit gets spicy, bro. Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. I felt that this game did not do what I... Granted, okay, that sounds kind of like shitty to say, like, bro, it wasn't what I wanted to do.
The Ratchet and Clank community would hate you right now.
I know, no,
Going Commando held up is like one of the best ever.
I just feel like, bro, like there wasn't a lot of refinement, and I felt that like a lot of the issues that were in the first game were never alleviated in the second game. It just felt like a longer version of the first game in terms of...
Going Commando's what innovated so much for the entire series.
But like on what though?
Upgrades, the weapon upgrade system. It has the most guns out the entire series of every game. Like, Going Commando has like 1 million guns. I swear to God, there's so many weapons in that game.
Also, I should start off with, like, generally speaking, I do believe that all of the Ratchet and Clank games are good.
Yeah,
right?
They're all good.
I don't think I played a like objectively bad Ratchet and Clank game, at least that I played. I could probably argue that Question Booty is maybe objectively bad, but I still think it's still Ratchet and Clank, so it's still good. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't like the second one, bro. I just didn't vibe with it, man. Like I felt like they were like...
I was watching your streams in silence. You were struggling a lot in that game, I feel like, too.
Maybe that's another thing too, I gotta say, is that I think that this game has really weird difficulty ramps. Like, go back and play it, bro.
Gets hard as shit. Like my first time ever playing Going Commando, there's definitely some spikes where it gets really hard, bro.
But it's like out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll just go to like a different planet. These enemies don't seem that powerful, whatever, and they mop your shit. And it's like, damn, bro. Like, what's good with that? You know? So, like, I don't know. Yeah, I just think that was just a weird game overall. You know? So that's why it's at number 7. But once again, those that want to get mad in the comments, you know, I still think that the whole series is good. You know what I'm saying? Ratchet and Clank, the number 6 spot, is going to Into the Nexus. Okay, this is the first mainline Ratchet and Clank that I played, at least, that made that shift to 30 frames, right? And considering that this is a late gen PS3 game, this came out, I think, summer of 2013, which then the PS4 would come out in the fall. I wish that they just made this a launch game for the PS4, just to give it a little more horsepower to work with, because like the 30 frames in this game are very inconsistent. It's very prevalent in combat. It's weird that Ratchet and Clank, combat wise, you can still have fun in this game, but it is dipping like a motherfucker and like stuttering so hard in this game.
Cracking time was unlocked frames as well.
Yeah, like Cracking time is 60 frames, and like that, like all the other ones were unlocked 60 frames. You're right. This one, they locked down the 30 as the cap, and you can definitely feel it. But I think overall the combat's still there. This might be a little bit controversial. I think it was some of the best boss fights in the entire franchise. I don't know if it's my the top, but I think there were some really good boss fights in this game that I liked a lot. And the story I feel like was okay. You know, a small scale story, nothing crazy, but I do like how Insomniac said that, you know, Ripped Apart is coming after Into the Nexus. And like seeing these seeds of having these different rifts be introduced into the world, as well as the Dimensionator, as well as seen in this game, actually is the main focal point of this game. You know what I'm saying? So seeing how that blends into Ripped Apart.
Also the gameplay, just looking at how it's gonna be like continuing finally, and then
it's
also
fucking
like
dope.
with these new mechanics, it's like, yo, the way the game looks.
I just think why I put it at number 6 was that like I wish that this was a PS4 game. Like just make it for launch, give it more horsepower to work with, because you can see the PS3 struggling with this game for sure. But it looks great. Like it's a beautiful looking game for sure. Back in 2013, late gen PS3, but I just wish it got a little more TLC and love on PS4. But that's why I put it at number 6. Number 5, Ratchet and Clank 2016. You know what I'm saying? I think you couple the combat with the 60 frames update on PS5 is probably one of the best playing, if not the best playing, Ratchet and Clank currently right now, for sure. Just purely gameplay wise. We talked about it, you know, already, but pretty much I just think it's just a weird game how it kind of imitates the first Ratchet and Clank, but it's not a remake of it. It's more of a movie game, you know, so that's what it is. Yeah, and like I feel like there's a little bit of the soul of the first game missing from 2016, but overall it's a very good Ratchet and Clank game, you know. I'll at least give it that for sure. Number 4, Taj.
Soul, man. They changed
a lot of the soul.
The villain is different, like he acts different.
It's weird.
It's
weird. It's definitely a weird game. Like I envy those that have never played the first Ratchet and Clank game, where they can see 2016 in a better light, right?
Yeah.
But after you kept telling me, hey, Cav, like listen, like 2016 is not as good as you think. Like compare it to the original, and you will see. You were definitely right about that. 100%. 100% right. Speaking of the number 4 spot, the original Ratchet and Clank. This one, honestly, there's not really any big detriments to this game. Like the next 4, including this Ratchet and Clank, are the elite ones, in my opinion. Like there's very little wrong with these games. Ratchet and Clank, obviously, OG started the series, super fun, all that great stuff. I feel like some of the jokes kind of don't age that well. I feel like they're just kind of like not that funny sometimes, you know. But there is some humor in the OG Ratchet and Clank games that still holds up and that is still funny. But I just think like some of the jokes in the first game don't really hit. Maybe it was because obviously we're playing it in 2021. You know, some 2002 humor that maybe I don't pick up on fully. You know what I'm saying? But great weapons, great characters, and surprisingly playable in terms of just how it feels for a 2002 game. It still feels great, you know. So shout out to that. Number 4. Number 3, Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction. The first in the Future Trilogy. I fucking love this game, right? I think there's really cool ways that they allow you to grind out levels in this game, with introducing the smuggler character into the game and everything. I think it's really cool to see the zoning emphasized, and just really cool to see like them blend in more of the story focus into the games, starting with this game. You know, like with the zoning and all that, and like Ratchet kind of, you know, asking these questions about like where are the Lombaxes, all that great stuff. You know, so like that starts here, and it's great to see. So,
bro, if he finally finds the Lombax, remember I kept telling you like, bro, he has to find, like, I want him to find the Lombaxes, get his answers. I hope they touch. If they don't touch him, this a rift apart, bro. They have. I
mean, yo, Clank says at the end of Kraken Time, I'm gonna stay with Ratchet until he finds his people. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's a quote. So, I think Ratchet's definitely after the Lombaxes for sure. You know, I think we're gonna see that payoff. I fucking hope so.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Kraken Time did have a pretty good payoff because like we got to meet because I remember Gold Commando. I literally just forgot her name. There's a Lombax in Gold Commando. It was the girl.
Yeah,
I forgot her name.
I forgot her name. Is that retconned? Do you know about that? Because like she's definitely a Lombax.
She's a Lombax, right? But she was never seen again.
Yeah.
And then we had Alistair Azimuth inside Kraken Time. Alistair?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Homie. That was your dad's friend.
Shout out to Alistair. He went kind of wild at the end of the game.
He did go very wild.
But
I can feel where he was coming from, though. Yeah, I
100%.
can see his reasons, but
I understand his point of view. I see both sides like Chanel.
Bro, when he kills Ratchet, no.
Crazy. You know what? Let's just jump to it. Okay, shout out to Tools of Destruction. Fine game. Here's my number 2. My number 2, Taj, and I need to lay this out. Ratchet Clank, A Crack in Time.
Okay.
I understand that this should be my favorite Ratchet Clank game, right? But do you recall the problem I had with this game? Streaming this game.
I don't.
Okay. If you don't know, here's what happened, okay? I'm playing through the stream series. It's going fine and dandy. Everything's all great. Kumbaya. I get to
the game, right?
It's even worse than that. So I get to one of the sister battles. It was like a space battle. I had to defeat the ship. Easy peasy, no big deal, right? Mm-hmm. I got a glitch in my save file where a cutscene is supposed to play after I beat this ship. But I beat the ship just freezes in time, freezes in space, and it doesn't trigger the cutscene. So at first I thought it was a problem with like the PS Now version of the game. I'm not sure what was the problem. Like I was trying to think of like what it could be. So I got a physical version of the game. I transferred my PS Now save to the cloud and then brought it down onto my PS3 to see if I can continue on the game running on a disc.
For the game to come in the mail, right, and all that.
Yeah. So I was waiting for that, doing all that. Finally comes in. I'm able to play it. I boot it up. I have the same problem. What happened, Tajay, was that my game, like I got a common glitch that my save file is fucked. Like I could not continue that game. I would have to start over. Right. Okay. Yeah. Like there was no way of salvaging it. So what we did was we just watched the last 20% of that game. Which it fucking hurts, bro. You
didn't get to play it?
Yeah, like
Bro, the last 20 minutes is insane.
No, like not last 20 minutes. Like the last like
20%.
2 hours. Yeah,
no.
Yeah. Like it was like 2 hours. Yeah. No. Yeah, so dude, it fucking hurts, bro. But the game before that, like what I played was fucking elite, bro. The fucking Clank puzzles are some of the most like thought-provoking and so satisfying to beat. And like
I bet you're watching like, bro, I wish I got to play this. Like,
dude, I was so fucking heated, bro. I was so mad about it. But it was like, yo, like I did not want to play it. Yeah, like I just did it. You know what I'm saying? And like I was like 6-7 hours in at that point, you know. Maybe someday I'll go back and play it through front to back, right? So I'm saying like it.
You're playing that blind too, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I wanted, bro.
Dude, I wanted to see that turn so crazy. I wanted to see Ratchet die dead ass, like play that shit. Dude, it was fucking. But at least what I watched, it was fucking phenomenal. Like I understand, like 100%, A Crack in Time should be my number 1. But just with a clean conscience, because I didn't beat the game myself, I don't think I could put it in the number 1 spot with a clean conscience. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
Yeah.
Like in spirit, it is my favorite, but I understand that I can't just put it in number 1 because I didn't beat it. You know what I'm saying? But like it is what it is. But it's fire. I fucking love this game. Even like the little quality of life improvements, like moving the tools that he has to the D-pad instead of having it in the weapon wheel is such a nice change. Love that. Gameplay's fire. Like it is. I will say one thing that I don't love about this game, and let me know what you think about this. I wish that Ratchet and Clank found each other a little bit more closer to like the top of the final act of the game.
Yeah, when they find each other, you're pretty much near the end.
Yeah, you're like at the end, you know? And it's like, I wish that the whole game essentially wasn't them two being apart, you know? I did miss that. Like I was hoping that they would meet up and reunite a little bit closer to the middle of the game, you know? And then we got to deal with Alistair and the clock and all that stuff as like the main final act of the game. with Ratchet and Clank. I think that would have been better, you know. But overall, it's a fucking great game. Fire. That means my number one. Ratchet and Clank, up your arsenal. I think pound for pound, 100% the best Ratchet and Clank game. You really see what they're able to do on the PlayStation 2 in terms of like richer environments, better looking environments, bigger environments. I think the game has a great pacing to it. I don't know about you. I love that the Phoenix is like a hub space that you go back to.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. There's the hidden platformer that you play as fucking Quark that tells the backstory of him and Dr. Nefarious. I think that is so fucking cool, bro.
Yeah, that is
like,
really dope.
There's so much good in up your arsenal. Like, of course, you have the game before this bringing in the upgrades to the weapons and all that, but you know, having the battle missions allow you to have a place to rank up your weapons and rank up your tech and all that to make sure you're strong for whatever's next. I think the game has a great cast of characters too. Like, there's what's her name? What's the female's name in that game?
Oh, you're talking about
the main girl.
Ends up dating the
the daughter
or something like that.
Yeah,
The
the like
daughter?
daughter of yeah. What's her
Bro,
name?
why can't I remember now that you just said that?
Because I know we have the new baby girl, the one in Quest for Booty, the pirate or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That she's at the end of Into the Nexus, so I'm assuming that she will be in Ripped Apart, right?
Yeah, that's his girlfriend.
Yeah. But
She better be.
Right? I liked her though, the other girl that we forgot her name in Up Your Arsenal, but I just think overall, like, I fucking loved this game. So that's my favorite. But also, it's like Up Your Arsenal / A Crack in Time. Like, A Crack in Time should be my number one for sure.
Right.
But Up Your Arsenal is great, man. Up Your Arsenal is really, really, really good. So, are we that far from our list? Like, do we have any major discrepancies in our listing? I'm trying to remember. Run yours from top to bottom.
Top to bottom, like my list again.
Yeah.
A Crack in Time.
Oh,
Up Your
okay.
Arsenal. The original.
I want
Tools of Destruction. Going Commando. Deadlock 2016. Into Nexus Quest for Booty.
So I think the biggest one is probably Going Commando, right?
Yeah.
That one's the biggest difference. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just didn't like Going Commando that much. I don't know. It is what it is. I wonder where Ripped Apart's gonna end up on this list. I wonder. Do you have a guesstimation? Like, what do you think?
A guesstimation for what was the question?
Like, where Ripped Apart will end up on this list?
Bro, honestly, I'm hoping it can end up over Crack in Time. I want it to be over Crack in Time, bro. I want it to be the best Ratchet Clank game. There's a lot of people who are gonna play this. This might be one of the most played Ratchet Clank games of all time. So
100%.
I think this is a standing mark for what this game is, and I'm also tired of people like jumping on this Insomniac bandwagon because they love the Spider-Man series. When in reality, I'm sorry, I don't care what nobody says, bro. The Spider-Man games are not better than the Ratchet Clank series, and I just feel like people just like Spider-Man. I feel like a lot of the clout Insomniac is getting recently is because of Spider-Man, but people don't want to put the respect where it truly is. They had games like Resistance, they had games like Ratchet and Clank, they had games like Spyro. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like they deserve more respect for their stuff that they make than just people bandwagoning Spider-Man. And that's all I gotta say.
Respect on that name.
That's all I'm saying, bro. They're more than just Spider-Man, and Spider-Man is not their best game. So that's all I'm saying.
Look, man. Look, I am starting to see and agree with that. Right? Excuse me. I'm going through.
Ratchet Clank ran so Spider-Man. I mean, Ratchet Clank walked so Spider-Man could run, bro. Spider-Man's
Big
literally
facts.
mechanics. It literally the engine it runs on is Ratchet Clank 2016 engine. Also, even like how the game works with like its weapon wheel and everything. Just how the like it's
Ratchet and Clank.
Literally Ratchet and Clank.
It is Ratchet and
People
Clank.
need to put,
Yes.
Like.
Yeah. 100%.
Some
100%.
respect on that, bro.
Absolutely. Like, we are going through the Resistance series, right?
Wow, that
And
sounds mad.
And I think next is I think I'm gonna do Spyro next. Honestly, I think I'm gonna do the reignited remakes of the Spyro games. I think that really might be next, to be honest. But I've been loving. I mean, I loved the first Resistance game, bro. I think it's a really good game. Like, for a launch PS3 game, it really shows you that, bro, Insomniac have been in their bag for a while now. Like, for a very long time. You know, they have an incredible run. And it's still going, you know. So I definitely am with you on that. Like, yeah, the Spider-Man games are the Spider-Man games are great. No one here said they're bad, right? They're fucking fantastic games. But they've been making fantastic games for a very long time. Absolutely. Totally right.
Right.
I think where I want to end this episode off, right? This first episode, Taj, if I may.
Yeah.
I want to know I want you to explore a little bit more about like what your like early impressions are with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, right? Like we talked about our history with the franchise.
Looks fire, bro.
Yeah.
I like the finesse of the movement, the like rift tether. I like the transporting between the worlds instantly. I'm really excited about this new Lombax because I mean, again, the Lombaxes are extinct. Maybe she could also help find Lombaxes in this like alternate reality. Like, I want to know who she is, what she's gonna do. We're gonna play as her as well. That's really cool. The weapons look pretty dope from what we've seen so far. The graphics look amazing. Like, everything about it, it's also a full-fledged Ratchet Clank game. Like a fully brand new original story Ratchet Clank game. Like, everything about it seems super promising. And like, I just gotta get my hands on and finally explore, because we haven't had a true Ratchet Clank game since A Crack in Time, in my opinion. So
no,
like,
that's very true. Yeah,
I'm ready for this.
very true. Yeah,
I've
it's
wanting something like this.
it's gonna be 12 years, straight up. 12 years since a true full Ratchet and Clank game. You know, that's wild. Yeah, I mean, I echo everything you just said. Right, like, you look at the gameplay in Rift Apart, and like, there's no way this game is bad. There's no fucking way. You know what I'm saying, Taj?
Yeah.
Like, I that's a statement that I know that could easily go bad if the game is bad, right? But like, I'm willing to say it right now. Like, if you look at that gameplay, there is no shot that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart isn't other than like phenomenal.
Yeah,
You
it
know.
looks like it's gonna be a fire. I just want to know this, like, the gameplay. Ratchet Clank's gameplay is always fire. What
Facts.
I'm interested in is what is going on in this story, bro. Like,
Dude, and we are gonna get to that in future episodes. Trust that. I have so many thoughts and so many theories about this new Lombax, what they're doing, how did Dr. Nefarious get the Dimensionator from at least the cutscene that we see in the gameplay. Like,
right.
how has that happened? Because Ratchet has it at the end of Into the Nexus. Like, there's so many questions. So
Lots.
I can't wait to get into that. But I think what I'll end off, right? Like, one of the main reasons, like, why I'm really excited for Rift Apart, right, is like, when you watch trailers and the gameplay of Rift Apart, right? Like,
Right.
what Ratchet and Clank 2016 I feel like is missing is I don't think it gets Ratchet and Clank's chemistry 100%. Like,
It doesn't.
I don't think it works in that game that well. But in Rift Apart, in the little bits that we've already seen, I
It's
feel the chemistry so much more than I ever felt it in 2016.
2016 has no life. It lacks life.
Facts. Like, it 2016 in my eyes feels like the gameplay, like just purely gameplay, like demo for what Rift Apart will be. You know? Like, and I feel like I haven't seen that chemistry with these two. I guess it is into, you know what? Yeah, I'll say we haven't seen this chemistry since Into the Nexus. You know, maybe A Crack in Time is the last time we, like, well, not even, because they're apart for the most part. Yeah, I'll say Into the Nexus is the last time we saw Ratchet and Clank in terms of their bond and the way they talk to each other.
Right.
The last time we saw that was right here in Rift Apart, and I cannot wait to see them go on another adventure, like straight up. Like I fell in love with this franchise, playing them all back to back. Like, it is an incredible game series, and I just feel so lucky, and like I'm happy that we are getting a new Ratchet and Clank game in 2021. It looks fire. The chemistry's there, gameplay's there. There's no way the game is bad. There's no fucking shot.
Right.
No way. But yeah, I mean, you got any closing thoughts, Tajay, on this first episode of Road to Rift Apart?
Man, honestly, that's really all, man. Like, I feel like I got everything I got to say out the way from the ejector for today. So, I mean, that's good for me, man.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. And most importantly, of course, your links are down below in the description. But where can the people find you, Tajay?
You can find me over on Twitter at TajayMoment, YouTube.com/Tajay for YouTube posts or whatever, and then Instagram at TajayMoment as well. And that's really it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Of course, this has been Road to Rift Apart, the weekly podcast dedicated to any and all things Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. From news, lore, reactions, and upon release, we will be, of course, doing a review and a spoiler cast of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. You can catch the show here on youtube.com/PlayStationSource, as well as podcast services like Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, etc. via our anchor link down below in the description. You can also like the video and or rate the podcast to help us get seen by more viewers so we can grow the PSS family. Down below, of course, you can let us know what you like or dislike about the show and connect with us further on Twitter and Discord, once again in that description. If you're feeling generous, feel free to hit that join button to become a member of the channel with the $1 Prince tier like Tapio Musa and Arachnite, and our $5 King tier with members like Caleb Kaiser and SideQuest Sean. And of course, don't forget the stream series throughout the week if you missed it. We're streaming Metal Gear Solid 3, we're streaming Resistance, and definitely keep it locked Fridays 10 a.m. for a new episode of Road to Rift Apart as we get closer to the release of the game. And yeah, do you know the outro, Tajay, for content on this channel? Do you remember it? As always, greatness awaits.
Yeah, I remember that.
All right, bet. Thank you all for watching. And as always,
Greatness awaits.